Mercedes has finally introduced the first ever fully electric G-Wagon, and it's called the Mercedes G580. The premiere of the novelty took place simultaneously in China and the United States America, and the model received its index based on the power of the power unit, which is quite rare these days. Externally, the new electric G-Class is not so easy to distinguish from its gasoline counterpart, especially when comparing their side parts. The new G580 offers the same angular silhouette, thereby continuing the design traditions of the model range. The characteristic door handles and turn indicators mounted on the fenders also haven't gone anywhere. Even the front view looks familiar. And this is thanks to the new round, fully LED headlights. In the base configuration, the new G-Wagon offers a regular radiator grille with 4 horizontal louvers, and the radiator grille panels and exterior mirror housings are painted in the body color in this case. But if you want to stand out and announce to everyone around you that you have not a regular but an electric G-Wagon, then for an additional fee, you can order a radiator grille with a black panel. It is equipped with tinted LED elements, as well as chrome trim. This strip can also be used as daytime running lights, and when locking and unlocking the car, it is part of the welcoming animation. In addition to the special radiator grille, the electric G-Wagon has a slightly raised hood and so-called air curtains in the rear wheel arches. The novelty also has a redesigned front pillar shape and a roof spoiler. All these elements are necessary for optimizing aerodynamics. As a result, the aerodynamic drag coefficient has decreased from 0.48 to 0.44. In the G580, engineers also worked on noise reduction, thereby improving the acoustic comfort of passengers. The completely new electric G-Wagon comes standard with 18-inch aerodynamic alloy wheels. This is a feature of most modern electric cars. But for an additional fee, you can also install a 20-inch option. They are painted in glossy black and have a polished surface. Adaptive multi-beam LED headlights are also included in the standard equipment. Thanks to intelligent lighting functions, they can cut off oncoming traffic, peek around corners, and all this thanks to 84 LEDs. And of course, how can we not tell you about the most unique and secret weapon of the electric G-Class? This is a rectangular box on the rear door. It can store a charging cable, tools, or something else necessary. Inside, there is a strap for fixation and 2 cargo nets. But if you are a more practical person, Mercedes offers a familiar spare wheel with a cover as an alternative. But in the base, you will have such a box. The interior is another area in the new G-Wagon that is unlikely to surprise you much. The company decided not to complicate things and leave everything as it is. So here you are greeted by the familiar Mercedes Benz UX infotainment system, consisting of a digital instrument panel and a touchscreen multimedia display, both 12.3 inches in size. In the base configuration, the new G-Wagon supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. For this, a separate thank you. There is also digital radio and a couple of USB-C ports. A voice assistant capable of dialogue and learning is also available. And it now understands about 20 voice commands specific to the G-Class. Apparently, something related to off-roading. There's also a head-up display with augmented reality technology for ease of navigation in unfamiliar terrain. The interior itself is finished to the highest standard. Even in the standard configuration, the electric G-Wagon offers elements of open-pore walnut wood, a multifunctional steering wheel with touch control wrapped in Napa leather. Ambient lighting and leather upholstery are also included as standard. But that's not all. Optional features include cup holders with temperature control and a wireless smartphone charging system. Additional displays for consuming content can also be installed for rear passengers. You can also order the installation of a dash cam, and the Burmester 3D surround sound system with Dolby Atmos technology. Interestingly, there is no additional trunk under the hood of the electric G-Wagon. This space is occupied by equipment and hardware, including the Gyro acoustic system. It reproduces a soundtrack specially written for this model. It includes engine roars during acceleration, atmospheric humming in static mode, and other sounds. And this is just a small list of what you can equip the novelty with. But fans of the G-Wagon are more interested in the technical aspect, so let's move on to that. The main advantage and disadvantage of the electric G-Wagon is its platform. It's built on the same chassis as its gasoline counterpart. On the one hand, this opens up access to the frame and improved off-road capabilities compared to other electric vehicles. But, on the other hand, it's a blow to the range issue. After all, this platform is poorly adapted for such tasks. But we have what we have. In all other aspects, the G580 is an interesting product. It offers 4 electric motors with individual control, positioned as close to the wheels as possible. This is the first Mercedes production car with this type of drivetrain. 4 motors are integrated into the ladder frame, 2 each on the front and rear axles. They are set in motion by short half shafts, meaning that the rear electric motors can also be bolted to the chassis. Each of the electric motors develops a peak power of 147 horsepower, totaling a maximum combined power of 588 horsepower and a maximum torque of 1,164. Thanks to the innovative drive concept, the new G580 accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds, with a top speed limited electronically to 180 km/h. Such characteristics are predictable considering the weight of the car at 3,085 kilograms. Nevertheless, the presence of 4 electric motors and such a complex system is necessary to simulate locks, which are also present in the gasoline model. For this, the novelty uses torque vectoring. This technology allows for precise torque distribution to each individual wheel. Virtual differential locks allow for a complete change in torque distribution between individual wheels. Thus, the completely new electric G-Wagon remains maneuverable, even when the virtual differential lock is active. There is no need to manually engage the differential lock using switches in the off-road control unit. Control of this system is fully automatic. This makes it even easier to use and increases driving safety even in difficult conditions. But the off-road features don't end there. The electric G-Wagon offers a tank turn function, G-turn, which can be activated with a single button press. In this case, the G-Wagon can perform up to 2 full turns to the left or right. This not only looks spectacular, but can also be useful when off-roading. For example, if there is an obstacle ahead that prevents continued movement, the 4 independently driven wheels can turn the car left or right as needed. For this, the wheels on the right and left sides of the vehicle turn in opposite directions. To activate the function, the car must be on a level surface with the doors closed. The front wheels should be in a straight position and the brake pedal pressed. Additionally, the drive mode must be selected, the rock off-road program chosen, and the low-range off-road mode engaged. Only then can the driver activate the function using the corresponding button on the off-road control unit. And to choose the desired direction of rotation, you need to press and hold the left or right steering wheel paddle shifter. To initiate the turn after activation, release the brake pedal and press the accelerator pedal. After 2 full turns of the vehicle, the function automatically deactivates. Additionally, the G-Wagon offers fully steerable chassis and G-steering function. Its essence is that the car can turn around the rear inner wheel during a turn, thereby reducing the turning radius. The new G-Wagon also has a system of surround view cameras simulating a transparent hood function and the ability to simulate V8 engine sound. And what about the battery of the new model? The new electric G-Class is equipped with a 2-level lithium-ion battery with 260 cells placed in 12-element modules with 3 levels of cooling. The battery is integrated into a frame made of steel up to 4 millimeters thick. This provides a low center of gravity and makes the entire car significantly stiffer. To protect against water and dirt penetration, the battery is housed in a torsion-resistant casing. The useful capacity of the battery itself is only 116 kilowatt-hour. This is the price for the outdated platform. With such a battery, the G-Wagon can travel up to 440 kilometers on the WLTP cycle, so in reality, it will be even less. One salvation is the availability of fast charging with direct current from a station with a power of up to 200 kilowatt. In this case, charging from 10 to 80% will take only 32 minutes. The battery and the entire underside of the G-Wagon are covered by a plate made of a material that includes carbon. It increases stiffness compared to alternatives made of steel and aluminum. It also provides long-term corrosion protection and reduces weight. The underside panel is 26 millimeters thick, weighs 57.6 kilograms, and is attached to the frame with more than 50 steel screws. A comparable steel component would be roughly 3 times heavier. A millimeter-thick layer of stone chip protection is applied to the underside. Well, let's summarize. The biggest problem with the electric G-Wagon is the range, but Mercedes supposedly will solve this problem. Exactly a year later, the electric G-Wagon will receive a new battery with a silicon anode from the company Sila, which I mentioned earlier. For now, we'll have to settle for outdated technology. Plus, considering that the electric G-Wagon will be more expensive than its gasoline counterpart. The cost of the new model starts at €142,622, and for the Mercedes Benz G580 Edition 1 version, you'll have to shell out €192,524. Electric off-roaders will be produced at the factory in Australia, where all other versions of the G-Class are also manufactured. Well, friends, what do you think? Will the electric G-Class be able to compete with its gasoline counterpart off-road? Share your opinion in the comments. And that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting. And to not miss new videos, I recommend subscribing to the channel. Good luck to everyone, and see you soon.